We're back here in the tri-state. Conditions will remain calm as we get to the weekend. But come Sunday, a potential winter storm is bound for the area.
Storm Team 44 meteorologist Gunnar Console is here with that forecast.
Yeah, so I mean, all eyes are on the weekend, and they have been for quite a while. A lot of chatter about potential winter weather for a while now. Now we're getting closer. We know that the potential for winter weather has turned more into a high likelihood, if not a certainty. So we will see winter weather this weekend. That's not being debated. What is kind of under consideration is just where the most impactful weather will be. That's the stage we're at in the forecasting process. Is we know that there's going to be impactful weather. It's more so determining where those travel impacts are going to be high and where those power outages are going to be most likely. And we have a pretty decent idea of where that is going to be. But let me just talk a little bit about tonight. We are going to be dropping below freezing. And the reason this is important in part of our winter forecast is the colder it is at night, the days leading up to this event, the colder the asphalt, the colder the road, the colder the ground. That means that snow and ice is going to be a lot more likely to accumulate when it first starts off instead of melting on contact. And into the afternoons, tomorrow and Saturday, we're not really getting that high above freezing tomorrow. We're not even going to get above freezing on Saturday. So needless to say, the ground and roads are going to be cold enough that things are going to accumulate right off the bat for areas that see snow, see ice, and whatnot for our Sunday. So now that we got all that out of the way, let's talk all about Sunday. So we have that winter storm watch in effect for essentially the entire tri-state. The only county not in it is Caldwell County, but I wouldn't read too much into that. I certainly think that it is a possibility for you as well down in those parts. But we all are pretty much under that threat for winter weather, but it's not just winter weather. It's really that potential for ice that we are most worried about. So the forecasting process is not just pulling stuff we see off of a website and then just showing it to you. Forecasting is a process. And where are we at right now? We have fairly high confidence that it's going to be Sunday through the day, into the night, lasting into early Monday morning. We also have high confidence that there's going to be high impacts for parts of the tri-state. And since my job is to set expectations, I want you to know, even if you get out of this without more than just a few raindrops, I want you to know that the high impacts likely weren't for you. So there is going to be high impacts, but there's also going to be people not impacted much. So don't get too stressed right now if you get storm anxiety. And that's because right now we just aren't too certain where that snow, where that sleet, and where that freezing rain will exactly set up. But we have a good idea, though, of where it will. So let's just take a look at this map. It's going to show you what we're expecting. Mostly snow for the north, snow starting off in the pink, transitioning to freezing rain, and then in this light green, starting off as freezing rain, transitioning to rain, and then in the green, mostly rain. So the further north you are, the more likely you are to see more wintry weather. The most impactful weather, though, will be in the pink. It's not going to be where it's all snow, and that's because snow can be plowed. Freezing rain, when it hits the asphalt, it freezes, and it's just hard to remove. So the biggest impacts are going to be in this pink zone. That's where we're going to be seeing the most likelihood of freezing rain and roads being pretty much impassable in some rural areas or untreated roads for maybe a day or two, similar to February of 2022 when we had ice storms that left roads closed for a while. And that threat continues into Monday.